tuned in to purpose and practice. Ayy, yeah, purpose and practice. Keep your mental sharp, learn all the tactics. Dr. Ross, dropping knowledge to the masses. Man, you now tuned in to purpose and practice. Ayy, yeah, purpose and practice. Podcast game, ayy, he got it mastered. Sign call. It's a 9-core banger. Dr. Ross.
Peace, 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 peace to the Purpose and Practice community. This is Dr. Rawls, your host for the Purpose and Practice podcast. I wanted to first start off by saying I'm very, very, very sorry. Our guest for tonight, we ran into some technical difficulties with Jennifer Elgrum, Morgan Budnicki. Our sound quality wasn't what it really needed to be, so we're gonna come live with them next week. So I wanted to, just shout out everyone and let everyone know that that was the science and that's what happened, and that's why we weren't going to be able to stream their episode tonight. But we're going to come back with them next week on Thursday, once we get our technical and sound issues sorted out. But with that said, I had my son, little L, Alfred Rawls Dill Jr., who agreed to kind of join in real quick just to, just to talk and see what's going on. What's up, L? How you feeling?
Good.
You feeling good? Oh, you gonna give me one word answers, or you gonna really talk to me tonight? What you gonna do?
I've been doing good. I feel good, and I'm happy to be on this broadcast here today.
Oh, thank you, L. Thank you. Let me tell you, L, he's been trying to get a job on the podcast as a producer. I need someone to do some work behind the scenes. And I'm thinking that he just may be the person to control the commentary and the comments that pop up. L, do you think you can handle that, doing like the comments and everything like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What makes you think you can do it, brother?
I mean, I don't think it would be too hard because I watch Twitch and
Okay.
I see people are monitoring, and that kind of looks easy. But
Okay.
yeah, I think it may look easy.
Okay. All right. So, L, I really appreciate you stepping in and, being a part of the show tonight because, as you know, Daddy was in a bind, and I feel so bad that we weren't able to bring, those guests that we had. It was two special guests, L. It was two teachers who I admire so much, and I work with them, and they were the kind of teachers that I would want you to have in school. What if you could tell the crowd, tell the audience what kind of teacher you like.
I like a teacher that is funny, nice, that is I can say that learns and nice.
Okay.
Not learn and nice, but guy can learn and be funny at the same time, kind of.
Okay. So someone that is going to learn and teach you and then be funny too.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of like your dad.
Yeah.
L is listen, L is so, sometimes little L, we call him little L, is so serious. Shout out to Tykira. Shout out to Mr. Dorgan for joining in. And Nadine joined in. Shout out to Nadine as well. But L is so serious. And sometimes I'll be like, L, you got to loosen up a little, man. You can't be, he's just super, super serious. So L, won't you tell, there's a lot of people listening and watching right now. Share a little bit about, the things that you like doing and, what you're into.
Hi, my name's Alfred. I like to play sports and I like to play gaming like how my dad does. I like to play the game Fortnite, and I play on Xbox. And I like do baseball. I do baseball, and yeah, that's
What's your favorite subject in school, man?
probably like reading probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
reading.
All
Um,
right. So, yo, like you talked about baseball.
yeah.
You talked about Fortnite.
Hmm.
Um, talk a little bit about. I don't want to put you too much on the spot, but you, we've been reading a book the last couple of weeks. Do you remember what that book's called?
Yes.
What is it called?
Stamp from the beginning.
Stamp from the beginning. Definitely stamp from the beginning. And let's just think, because we, with that book, which is that's a heavy book. Stand from the Beginning is a very, very heavy book. If you haven't checked out that book, please make sure you check it out. Stand from the Beginning, Dr. Kendi. But there's a version for middle grades and high school students that is sort of abridged, I guess I would call it. By Reynolds. The last I'm losing the first name of the author, but Reynolds. I don't know if it's Jason Reynolds. It may be Jason Reynolds. But we've been reading that book, Stand from the Beginning. So we've been doing some brain dumps on that book.
Yep.
If there's something that you would want to talk to the people about, like that book, and maybe something that has stood out to you so far about that book, what would it be?
There's a lot of big words.
Definitely a lot of big words. Okay, you're 100% right. Lots of big words. Anything else? Is it anything that kind of made you go like, "Wow, I didn't realize that," or "I didn't know that"?
Yeah.
Like what?
There's something caught in a book, climate theory, that I
Okay.
kind of thought was kind of like weird.
Mm-hmm.
Not weird, but like different. I guess
Okay.
you could say.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this then:
Yep.
if you had to summarize or explain, break down climate theory, how would you do it?
I would say that like how black people live in like hotter places,
Okay.
that and like white people can basically think that they if they move to like Europe, like where they are, like they become like more like them, like act like them kind of.
Okay. All right. All right. So that's going into the science, yes, of climate theory in Europe. And that was one of the original theories, when we start talking about black inferiority, we start talking about slavery, that we discovered. Let me ask you this, and I don't know if you're going to remember this one. You got climate theory, but do you remember curse theory?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about that.
Curse theory is where how like the descendants of like someone will like have a baby,
Uh
and like
huh.
they will be like the like not black, but like will be like different from the first
Okay.
generation, and they will like think that like the world would be cursed because of that,
Okay.
like that person was born.
Okay. All right. Listen, man. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna give you like a shout out because right now, I kind of put you on the spot with both of those. I put you on the spot with climate theory. I put you on the spot with curse theory, and you were able to deliver. Look, if you see that comment right there, Brown Ivy, who is Taikir, that's one of Daddy's former students, but she says she never even heard of climate theory. Like, so she's like, oh, she graduated college. She is super, super, super smart. And she just learned something from you. Think about that. That's deep, brother. She just
Yeah.
learned something. She just learned something from you. So I'm happy that you were able to share some of those things. And it's funny because one of the things that dad is thinking about is I'm thinking about kind of starting a book club with young people like your age and reading some of the books that we're reading. and then talking about those books so that then right now you and Layla talk about them, you and your sister talk about them, and then you talk about them with me. But I'm like, maybe we should start a book club where there's some other young people like you who are reading these books and we're talking about them. What do you think about that?
I mean, that would be good, so like other people can understand like different
Mm-hmm.
like things that's like in the world. But like I think that like you have to like it's maybe hard to find people, not find people, but like you have to like create a website and like people need to like sign up from that.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it like may be hard because like you really can't like teach because like you can't go anywhere because like of the sickness going around. So I mean,
Yes.
like if you could do virtual like this, that may
Yes.
work, but there will be
Okay.
some like maybe like the audio is not working, something for people. So like I
Okay.
think yeah, I think that'd be good though.
All right. Well, you know what? You just put daddy to work. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see what I can do, and maybe maybe we can pull it off because then we can start having these conversations, with more people. So you said also like we talked about climate theory, we talked about curse theory, we talked about stamp from the beginning, which I had a book talk tonight with some of my staff members that I work with on Stamp from the beginning, and we were talking about a lot of the things that you just explained. But what I want to hear you talk about now is like I know you really 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 heavy 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 into video games, and heavy 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 into a particular video game. What video game is that?
Fortnite,
Say it one more time for the people.
Fortnite.
Okay. So you are heavy into Fortnite and you want all smoke in Fortnite. So talk to us about why you like Fortnite so much.
I like Fortnite because it's kind of competitive. Sometimes like it's not fun. I mean, it's fun, but like when you like die, I guess you can say it's like it's like kind of like you kind of like get frustrated.
Hmm.
But I like it because like you could like win. Not like, yeah, you can like win and everything, show it off to people. And then like it's also like really fun because I play with my friends, my school friends, and
Okay.
I usually play with them on the weekends.
Okay. So like during this pandemic and you've had to because mommy's been sick and you haven't been able to go to school. You haven't been able to play baseball like you like to play baseball. You and Layla, you haven't been able to go outside. You pretty much since March 12th, or March 11th, really. March 11th was like the last time that you were out, like, doing
Yeah,
things. So tell me how important it's been for you to be able to talk to your friends online while playing video games and stuff like that.
it's important. I guess I could say because like if I like don't like really keep up of like what they have to like not say, but like or like what like they like learn, kind of like with school, but like
Mm-hmm.
you're like gaming, so they can say like more things to you about stuff. And like I don't like think, but like there's like kind of like drama, and then like you could like it like I don't know, but like it like gets you busy, so like you would
Okay.
like not like pay attention to other things. You would just like talk about that with your friends and like a lot of other stuff.
So it took your focus away from
Yeah.
all of the drama.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Listen. I think that that's very very important. One of the other things I want to talk about because one of the things that when as your dad, one of the things that I always want for you and I want for Layla is to be well rounded and to be able to do many different things, and to be smart, to be caring, and care about other people, to take good care of yourself, and to make sure that you're always trying to be your best. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is one thing that I think you do so well. You do so well, and that is always making sure that your mom is okay. And can you talk to the people? Because there's a lot of people hearing this, L. There's a lot of people watching. I want you to be able to talk to the people about why it's important to take care of your family and make sure your family's okay.
Right. I think it's important to take care of my family because if they need anything, they like get it from me. But like also if they like hurt, not hurt, but like if they like how like my mom like takes pills kind of and like needs like
Mhm.
help. I usually like will like get that and like get and like when she go to sleep, like I'll get her her water and everything, and I'll get like make her food for her and everything.
Yes.
If you go
Yes.
right.
And I'm getting a little emotional because L is like, when I tell you L is like a good son, right? He makes sure that his mom has everything that she needs, and he'll check on her like every 20 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, no matter what he's doing, he'll go and he'll check on her and be like, Mom, do you need anything? Mom, you okay? And that is like, that's so important. And he doesn't even know how much I love him for being that kind of son. And I know how much, how much Tiff loves him for being that kind of son. Because Tiff's, we're all fighting, through illness, and she, she really needs that, and the fact that Elle does that as a 10-year-old is very, very special. And I'm not just saying that because you're my son, Elle. I'm saying it because, I really, you teach me a lot through that, and that means a lot to me. It obviously means a lot to your mom, and I'm glad that you're that kind of son. And I'm not surprised, I'm definitely not surprised. So let me ask you a question now.
Yeah.
Um, if if there's anything that you want to talk about, anything you want to bring up tonight, and I kind of, like I said, I put you on the spot because we were supposed to have a whole different show tonight, and it didn't work out for technical reasons. So I just said, you want to hop on while I tell people that we're going to move that show to next week. Is there anything you want to talk about that maybe is on your mind?
That like everyone stays safe and like not like get hurt during this pandemic and
Hmm.
that they like stay inside, wear a mask and everything. To be
Yes.
okay.
That's good advice for everyone to stay safe, not get hurt during this pandemic. Take it serious, people. Wear your mask. Even if you think you're okay, there may be other folks who are struggling, other folks who are sick, and we have to think about those people. So I think, El, that's like super advice. Um, Let me ask you this, El.
Yeah.
So you're a fifth grader,
Yep.
and I want you to keep it 100, keep it real with me, right?
Mm.
Are you liking this whole virtual learning?
No. Mm. It's frustrating because like classes we have to go to, like I can't get to one class because I of like I don't know something, and
Uh
then like
huh.
I have to get like the code and pin in the code for it to work. I can't just like go like on the classroom and go on that. But
Yeah.
like it's like easier on like how you can like I also guess like in school like you can like you don't like have your face turned off and like your
Hmm.
teacher has to like interrupt the class to be like oh take turn your face on. I
Yeah.
mean that's not annoying. It's just if like I'm eating like we just get on like I'm still eating breakfast and she says that it's not annoying but like it's like I don't know, cause like I usually have like in like my regular school, I have snack like right after a few like math. So
Hmm.
like I will like I can hold it to like eat, but like we have a different schedule on the
Okay.
internet, and it's like really difficult. Yeah,
So, what are your thoughts? Thank you for sharing that, by the way. What are your thoughts on having the camera on
I mean
versus having it off?
I mean, for the camera on, the only good things about it is the teacher knows you're there. I mean, for me, I don't like my camera off because I look different on camera. But like, I because like it's like blurry and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like, but like I like don't like I want I want like my teacher to know that like I'm there, but like, just don't like my camera on. And like
Okay.
with my camera off, I just like feel comfortable. Like I can just like move around.
Yeah.
I like move like in my chair and like if I need anything, just like get something, ask like my teacher. Cause like I don't like I'm not like the teacher can like kind of look at my like not look into my house because like I'm facing this way, but like, she can kind of like I was over there yesterday. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually like over there and like that like little like I can say um wall. It was
Mm-hmm.
like facing like towards my living room, and that
Okay.
kind of exposes it.
Yeah. See, and I think that that's important. And these are like what you just broke down, right? Is important because when we, first of all, you just said sometimes with the camera on, I look blurry, and I don't
Hmm.
like that. I feel more comfortable when I have the camera off. And then you also said that, like I don't always want to expose my entire house where
Hmm.
everything is being seen, you
Yeah.
know. And I think that those are important things, and I think, as an educator myself, those are things I have to think about in terms of like if I want to force students to have their camera on, like that's not always a good idea, right? Like
Hmm.
sometimes we should give students the opportunity and choice to be like, do you want your camera on or do you want your camera off? So
Yeah.
thank you for, thank you for sharing that because I don't know how often. Let me ask you this: have your teachers ever asked you, "Hey, Elford, do you prefer your camera on or off?" Have they ever even asked you that?
No.
Yeah. So
It's
so
like we're
go
like
ahead.
doing something like online. Like for tests, we have to have our camera on so they know we're there. Like I understand that, but like for like if we're doing like a do now, like
Mm-hmm.
I like when I wake up in the morning, I go like, right on my thing. My eyes are like look away, like they're like down,
Mm-hmm.
not down, but like they like hurt and everything. I have to rub them and everything. Like when I have it off, like my hair is messy. Like when I have it on, I feel like everyone can see that, and I'm like not like really ready. So like when I have it off, I can like kind of like bake my hair and everything and get ready.
Oh, so you can make sure that you're ready and you're all good.
Yeah.
All right, cool, cool. So we listen. This was a great L. I have to say that you helped Daddy out a lot by coming on and being on the show tonight because I couldn't pull it off with my regular guest tonight. And hopefully we can get everything we need to get situated so that next week everything is good and we're able to have them on. That was Miss Budnicki and Miss Elgram, who I'm so excited to talk to both of them because, like I started off saying, those are the kind of teachers that I would want you to have. They're excellent teachers. They're still teaching. They're the teachers that you would really, 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 really love. And I just hope that you have teachers like them as you continue on in your education. So as we prepare to get off the air tonight,
Yeah.
I want to ask you something.
Yep.
Talk to me about, like, do you see yourself being a part of this show, my podcast?
Like being like my face on. I would I would do both. I would like to have like me like as like moderating chat, but like I like
Okay.
really like I don't like want to like kind of like interrupt like you interviewing other people. So like
Mm-hmm.
I'll like be like in a chat just like moderating, like not like do like other stuff, not like be
Okay.
on it like, every time.
Okay. So you want to be doing the moderating. You want to be behind the
Yeah.
scenes.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. And I respect that because and that's important because that's something that we have to understand is that it's not all about being on a camera,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes it's about being behind the scenes and doing the moderation like you just said, and making sure that you get all of the people who are chatting, making sure that you're getting their comments up, and make sure you're doing things like that. Like you don't need to have your face on all the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
That you know what? I think that's important. I think a lot of the people behind the scenes, they don't always get the attention that they get. But I'm gonna tell you this, L. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. You listening closely?
Mhm.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things that I love about my son is that when I tell you he is like, you make me think of Mariano Rivera from when he used to come in, Mr. Sandman, enter to close the game in baseball in the bottom of the ninth, top of the ninth, or whatever. And there was no emotion. It was like, yo, I'm locked in and I'm about to get this done. That's what you remind me of because you don't show a lot of emotion. But anyway, with the people who do this stuff behind the scenes, which are also usually called producers, or like you said, moderators, producers, those people make a lot, and it's not all about money.
I
But
know.
they make a lot of money. I know you know it's not all about money, but they make a lot of money. Like those are good jobs to have. Those are really good jobs to have. So Miss Budnicki just shouted you out. Miss Budnicki, she's the one who she was going to be on tonight, but we had difficulties. She's going to be on next week.
All
She
right.
just talked about how cute you are.
Thank you.
So, so that's what good. Say thank you to Miss Budnicki. Miss Gervolino was another educator who is like one of Daddy's favorites, who also talked about how adorable you are. And then, we have another one of my former students, Jaleesa, who I'm working to get Jaleesa on the show. Like Jaleesa is like on another level. We're gonna definitely get Jaleesa on the show, soon. We're playing phone tag, and maybe this is where I need your help, Elle,
Yeah.
to make sure we're scheduling these guests. But we're going back and forth to make sure that we get, her on the show. She's someone when Daddy was a teacher, she was my student. Like this is going back so many years ago. So hopefully we'll be able to get her on the show because she does a lot of stuff about like, physical health, staying in good health, mentally and physically, spiritually, all of those ways. Like she's really big into that, especially for moms, and especially for like mothers. So this would be good for like even mommy would love to hear this episode when we do it with Jaleesa. So and shout out, Jaleesa just said that she just emailed me back. So so she's gonna, we're gonna work on that. And she just gave me she just listen, she just put me to task and said I need to use Audacity scheduling. So that's what we need to work on. Maybe you need to learn that, Elle.
Yeah, I will.
You need to learn Audacity scheduling, and maybe you can help do the scheduling so I can get, Jaleesa on and we can get this good knowledge to everyone. So we are nearing we are nearing the end. Yes, you were in my first class, very first, Jaleesa. Jaleesa is heavy right now. Jaleesa was in my first class, like the first group of kids. Like, let me tell you, Jaleesa, she's Smith now, but it was Scotton. She was on L. When I tell you, she was so smart. On a whole totally different level. And I was always able to see that intelligence in her. As a matter of fact, one of the things I did was when she graduated high school, I had her come back and talk to the students who were in high school. It was her and there was another group of students, who all of them are going to be on a podcast eventually. But they came back. I remember it was Anthony. It was Jaleesa. It was Vanessa. Am I missing anyone? I don't know if Kelly was a part of that, but it was like we had a group come back, and I was like, I want y'all to come back. I want y'all to talk to the kids and help them out, because sometimes you need to hear from older people. L, do you think that's important?
Yeah.
Why?
To know like what you're gonna go against. To like know like what like you have to do, and like to like know like how it was, and like what you're gonna do.
Yes. Yes. It was Jared. You're right. And it helps you learn, because that's what I wanted. These were students who I had when they were like, I think they were either seventh graders or eighth graders. I think they were eighth graders. I had them during my first year of teaching, and they eventually went to high school. They graduated high school, went to college, and I wanted them to come back and do just what you said, tell the younger people about what going to college was like. And so that way they were able to help those younger students. So that's what they did. And it was Jared. Shout out to Jared Brabham, who's another person, that listen, the list is so long of people I want to get on this podcast. L, consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself lucky for being on this podcast, bro, because it's so many people who are doing big things, who are coming onto the podcast and talking about the things that they're doing. And yes, older people still are cool. Jaleesa, you're 100% correct. So L, man, like, we're about to close out, man. You did a whole half hour, fam. You did. Here's what I want to break down, right? I want to break this down. So, because people need to hear this. You talked about academics. You went into climate theory. You talked about curse theory. You talked about Stand from the Beginning. You talked about baseball. You talked about Fortnite. Now you talked about caring for your mom and making sure you care for family. All of these things, very important, like very, very important. Now what I want you to talk about is chores. Okay? Chores. Why are chores important? Like, because there may be other little L's out there who they don't want to do chores. They may say, I ain't beat for chores. I don't want to do chores. Why are chores important?
Because like they kind of give you like a little like of a kind of like a kid job that like if you like do that like how like a real job would be like, I guess you can kind of say. It's like kind of like a job for like kids that are like easier, but like they have to do it like every day. They have to do like what they're supposed to do, and then like they need to like take care of their like dog or cat. Yeah, they need to take the trash out.
Okay. And what chores do you have to do around the house?
I had to vacuum, clean my room, and do the trash.
Okay. Vacuum, clean the room, and do the trash for the whole house, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the whole house. And if you don't do those things, what are your consequences?
My consequences are me not playing my game oftenly and me like not like getting stuff that I want.
Okay, very good. Very good. Which then goes to you getting commission, right? We talk about commission. And when you get your commission and the money that you get for doing your chores, then what are you able to do with that money?
Spend it on whatever you want.
Yeah, you're able to spend it on whatever you want, right? So that's how this whole thing works, fam. That's how this whole thing works. Shout out to Kelly. Shout out to Justin Foy. You're right, Justin. Like responsibilities, Justin. Foy's another brother I got to get on to the show, because when I tell you, like, Justin L is one, like when I used to coach football, he was a player in football, right? And he was like when I tell you, and I hate to keep saying this, but it's true. He was so intelligent. He was so smart. And I'm not just talking about football smart. He was definitely football smart, but he was like a real intelligent, smart guy that I love just talking to, and I learned a lot from him. But he was also an incredible football player. But he's someone, and it's funny because it's funny that you remind me of him a lot because he was another person that he didn't have a lot of emotion. Like you're like real laid back, L. You're like real, almost too laid back. You're like real laid back. And when I tell you Justin was that way, Justin was definitely, he was definitely laid back that way. So definitely a shout out to Justin Foy, one of the best fullbacks, and then one of the best thinkers, man. He was a thinker. Justin was a thinker. He was way ahead, way ahead of his time. Anything else, Al? Like I didn't think you would go this long, man. I thought, I'm keeping you up kind of late. Actually, it's not late because you don't go to bed early,
Yeah.
which is a problem. But this is like I've enjoyed this, Al.
Same.
What do you think about it?
I think it's nice having this as a
Yeah,
broadcast.
yeah. This was like, yo, this was a great night. Like, and it goes to tell you if there's something that we can learn from tonight is that sometimes when things don't go well, that you got to look at the next best thing that you can do. Because when I came downstairs, what was I yelling about?
How it wasn't working, like the
Yes.
audio and everything was like bugged out.
Yes. The audio was bugged out. It wasn't working. I was like, yo, man, like this podcast ain't working. I wanted Budnicky on. I wanted Elgrim on. And then I came back downstairs and what did I say to you?
You said to like get on the computer to like see like if like the audio is working. And
Yes.
then I did the
Yes.
podcast.
Yes. And it was like, I was like, yo, get on, L. Get on, Layla. Let's see what, like, I'm going to see, because I wanted to see, like, was my audio all messed up? Or,
Yeah.
And then I said, yo, y'all want to get on the show? And Layla, I got to say, Layla wasn't beat. She was on for a minute. But L was like, L, you was ready.
Yeah.
You was on another level. Shout out Justin. No, yo, I appreciate you, Foy. You know that. Fam. And it's all love. It's all love. It's all love right back to you, bro. Oh, Miss Sherrod, we got on. We got Miss Sherrod, and I don't know if Mr. Justice out there. Those are your people, right, Al?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are your people, Miss Sherrod and Mr. Just, who are our brothers and who are our sister. And she wants us to keep going, Al. She said, nephew, keep going because she missed some. She missed some.
I'll keep going. I'd be more than happy to.
You said you'll be happy to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then, you know what? Listen, usually our shows are an hour. But we can keep talking. I ain't got no problem, with keeping talking. Let's talk about this, Al.
Yeah.
Right now, do you have the privilege to have your video game or your phone?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time so the people can hear it in the back.
Yeah.
Right now, do you have the privilege of having your video game in your phone?
No.
No. Why don't you have your video game in your phone?
Because I didn't do my schoolwork like I was supposed to.
Yes. So you didn't do your schoolwork and what else?
My homework and my
Yes.
chores and everything.
Yes. You didn't handle your business. You didn't do your schoolwork. You didn't do your chores. So then what got taken away from you?
My video game and my phone.
Yes. So your video game and your phone gone. And, you know, now when that stuff was taken away from you, what did you want to do?
Get back on it.
Yes. So to get back on it, what did you have to do?
My schoolwork.
Yes. Your schoolwork. So let me ask you this question. If
Yeah.
you were daddy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had a son,
Yeah.
and your son didn't do his schoolwork, or he didn't do his chores and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
what would you do?
I would like yell at him and tell him to do his stuff, catch up on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then take away if he like has any electronics, I'll do that. I'll be like, are you like still watch like TV and you're like when you're going to sleep? And then I said like I'll be like, well, like if you like don't like, and I'm saying like get to like catch up with it and like pay more attention to school, and then you can get back on your stuff when you do better.
Okay. Very good. Because the things that motivate us, you know, those are the things that, you know, if they motivate us and we are not doing the right thing, they need to be taken away. You have to earn things. And that goes back to when we talked about, you know, because we don't use the term, what do you call it? Allowance, right?
Mm-hmm.
We use the term commission. And in our house, we use the term commission. So basically, with commission, you have to earn things. With allowance, it's like a given, you know, like every week you get an allowance, no
Yeah.
matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But with commission, if you don't do the garbage, do you get your commission?
No.
No. No. Just like if daddy don't get up in the morning and go do what he's got to do, then I don't get paid. And then if I'm not paid, guess who's not getting V-Bucks? You. Yes. 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 So that same shout out, Arlisha. That same thing goes to you. You know, it's, you know, and there you go. Auntie Sharad just said that's the story of her life. It's not worth the trouble, L. You know, you like, you've been holding it down, man. As a 10-year-old, you've like going through a whole episode, fam. You going through a whole episode, my man. You going through a whole episode. So, you know, we talked about so much tonight, and I'm so proud of you. You know, and you know I love you. And this kind of came out of nowhere, and I'm kicking myself because I'm like, yo, I should have been interviewed L. You should have been on the show, fam. You should have been like, Dad, why ain't on the show yet? Say that. Let me hear you say it.
Why ain't on the show yet?
Yeah, like, yo, why ain't on the show yet, yo? Because I should have been had you on this show, you know. Miss Budnicky just said it's all about the V-Bucks in her house. So look, her kids get paid the first of every month for their chores. See, like, it ain't just us. It's not just us. Yo, parents need to unite. Us parents, this V-Buck thing is serious. Miss Budnicky, this V-Buck thing is serious, yo, serious. And, you know, L is like, when I tell you L is like heavy. You know what, L? I don't know if you, because we haven't talked about this. And usually with my guests, when it's something that we're going to talk about that may be deep, and it may like be something that they may not want to talk about, I usually talk to them before we talk about it. But I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Because you know I love you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm never going to put you in a situation that's going to be wrong for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think there's a lot of parents and a lot of other little L's out there and young people out there who can learn from this. You made a mistake. You got upset playing your video game. What did you do?
I just like of like what I did like for like the past like days, like of like how I'm like to like not play my game, like what I did.
No, 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 no. I'm going way, 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 way back.
Right.
You were upset playing your video game. And
Yeah.
when you get upset playing your video game, sometimes what is it called?
Rage.
Rage. Okay? Or raging, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Like this was going way back. You got upset playing your. Are you okay to talk about this?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were playing your game way back and
Yep.
you were playing Fortnite and tell the people when you got upset what you did.
When I was playing Fortnite, I died, so I got up and I punched my TV.
You punched your TV.
Yes.
And what happened to your TV?
It cracked.
It cracked. Okay. It cracked. And then when it cracked, and who saw it first?
My mom.
Yes. And then you talked to mommy.
Yep.
And then what happened next?
I went in your room and I started like crying.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, well, like it's like you didn't like yell at me or anything. You just said like he can't play. Then like I had to like go with like not playing.
Yeah. And you didn't get a spanking.
Yep.
I didn't yell at you. And I said, listen, your punishment is going to be what?
Not to play my game.
Not to play your game. And the other thing is that that TV, I left it in your room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you weren't able to watch TV. You weren't able to play your game. And I think that, because listen, here in the Rawsdale family, in the Rawsdale house, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. We fail over here. And I'm not going to put out anything to make it seem like we're perfect and we're better than anybody else because we're not. And and parents out there, this is where I think we failed as parents, is that we were allowing L to play his game too much. And we weren't cognizant enough and we weren't recognizing and identifying when he was getting stressed out and when he was being angry about playing his game and then losing and things like that. So he punched the TV. TV broke. Okay? TV broke. And then L came in and he said, well, he thought that he was going to get a spanking for breaking the TV. And I said, no. I said, your discipline and your consequence is a natural consequence. And parents, natural consequences are the best consequences. So the natural consequence is he broke his TV, so he can't watch his TV. And you know what else he can't do? He can't play Fortnite. But you know why he can't do those things? Because he broke his TV. So when he starts to identify the reason why he can't watch TV and play Fortnite, it's because he broke his TV. So it goes back to him. So that is in terms of parenting, that is very, very important. And we left the TV in his room. So the broken TV can always be a reminder to you of what, Elle?
Not to like break and like not to like break, like not to break something, but like take it out on like my pillow.
Yes. Not to break things, and how to take out things in a more therapeutic and safe way. All right? Because I get upset about video games too. Dad plays video games. You know that. And I get upset. I yell at the screen. I do all kind of stuff. And we ain't going to say all the stuff Daddy do, with video games. Because we don't want everybody to know that, hell.
Yeah.
So I get upset too, right? So I was like, all right, but L, you got to learn a different way to deal with these things. You got to learn a different way. And Auntie Sharad just said her comment is her son broke a glass with his hand and ended up in the emergency room. And what did I tell you? What did I tell you when you broke your TV? What did I say to you? Do you remember what I said about if you would have broke a TV a lot of years ago?
Yeah.
What would have happened?
You said like it was like really hard, so like I would like break my hand.
Yes. Yes, no doubt. You would have broke your hand. It's easy to break these TVs that they got out now, but you would have broke your hands back then. Shout out to Mr. Miller, Anthony Miller, another master educator. You're right, brother. Natural consequences are the best consequences. And that's what we deal with and teach around here. It's like natural consequences. Whenever I can find a natural consequence, we rolling with that because I think that that's the most important one. I think, and there you go. And miss, not miss, but for you, Auntie Sharad just said leaving them alone with games is too long without checking in is bad. And that's what we did. That was the mistake we made. We didn't check into you. We didn't check it. And just, do you remember the other day? I think you were playing on Saturday. And remember I heard you? Was it Saturday or Sunday? And I came in and what did I say?
You said like take a break off the game.
Take a break off the game. Because I was listening, I heard it. Take a break off the game. Take a break off the game. So that stuff is important. Justin Foy just said, he gets upset too. But yeah, I like that, Foy. And hopefully L get to that point, where he uses that pain of loss to focus him. Hopefully, we're working on him to get him to that point. L, you have made it, bro. I'm proud of you, man. You made it 52 minutes. Up here looking like Kawhi. Like absolutely no emotion. Looking like Kawhi Leonard sitting there, in the post game, like no emotions, like it's whatever. You made it 52 minutes on the podcast. Anything else you want to say to the people, man?
To like stay safe and everything.
Anything you want, bro. Anything you want.
I guess to like not like rage because this was like kind of like not the whole thing about, but like kind of like this like past minutes. It was about.
So you said not to rage.
Not to like get mad. And it's like take a break because I'm gonna do that more often now.
Okay. Take a break, not to rage. Okay. I think that those things are very, very important. And daddy's proud of you, Al. Daddy is proud of you. And you can see people are saying you did a great job, bro.
Thank you.
Yes. Say thank you, Miss Budnicki.
Thank you, Miss Budnicki.
Because these are the things, Al. And this is like, we didn't plan this, but now I think maybe once a month we got to get you on the show, fam. Like, I don't know. We got to find a way to get you on the show, you and your friends. I don't know who we got to get on, but we got to hear from, I think this is telling me that we got to hear from young people. We got to hear from you, not just you, but other young people. Because this has been one of our most watched shows, Al. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Auntie Sharad just said you look like me with your hair in high school. Yeah, he tried to get he wanted, we're going to try the dread thing. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes from there, Sharad. Ms. Budnicki says, you're welcome, which is what's up. And he's going, yeah, you're gonna be great, bro. You're gonna be great. But I think you and we're gonna have to do a show once a month. We're gonna have to do. Would you agree to that?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you have to tell me. I mean, not tell me, but like, you have to like, kind of like if I like, if you like want me to like make a thing, like I'll like know.
Okay. So it's got to be on your schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you got a schedule.
Mhm.
I gotta make sure I fit it around your schedule so that you're able to be there, right?
Yep.
Okay. I think I can do that. I think I can do that. We'll fit it around your schedule. Make sure that you're there, and it may not be able to be too late because you gotta go to bed and get up in the morning and do all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But I love you, Al. You know that, right?
Yeah, I love you too.
I know you do. I know you do. You have no problem showing that, and that's one of the best things about you is that you always show love. And Daddy really loves that. That's one of the things I love most about you is that you always show love. I want to just thank everyone who tuned in tonight. And I definitely got to check with his assistant, Auntie, because he's got stuff on his schedule that I got to make sure it fits. I got to make sure it fits with his schedule. But I want to thank everyone who tuned in tonight, and I'm sorry that we weren't able to bring you Ms. Elgram and Ms. Budnicki tonight, but we definitely coming at you next week on Thursday with that fire. Because those two, like I told you before, like they're on another level. And when we were all working together, some of they were just magical. And when I say that, those are the kind of teachers I want my son to have. I mean that. Like that's real talk. Like I would be able to be at work or be wherever and not worry about my son. With teachers like that, and that's why I want to make sure we get them next week and get them on so the folks can hear from them. L, to you, keep doing what you're doing. I think, you're going to do the producer thing. We're going to get you doing that. You're going to do the moderation. But tonight, I think you have earned a spot on the show. And I think that at least once a month, we're going to have you on the show. All right?
Yep.
Here's your homework, though, because today is the 1st of October. So the next time you'll be on the show is in November, right?
Yep.
In that time, you need to research and learn about Les Miles, okay? And Les Miles has a story about how he first got on a radio show. And I want you to research that and find out about Les Miles. And I'm going to write the name down so you can look it up and find out how he first got on a radio show. And how then, after he got on that radio show that first time, how it changed his whole life. So this is your first podcast. And you got on by accident. Did I tell you was going to be on tonight?
No.
No. That's how, I ain't going to say no more, but that's what you're going to research about Les Miles. Sherrod is crazy. Yeah, L is definitely, he's a splash tonight. You're right. I knew, yes, salute. But you're going to research that, brother, and you're going to tell us, when we come back a month from now, which would be in November, what you learned about Les Miles and how he got his first show. All right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to say peace to the people? What you want to say to the people to say goodbye?
Bye, everyone. Hope you have a nice, month, because I'll be coming back next month. Hope you
Yeah.
guys have like a next like a good like had a good time today. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys on next month.
That's what's up, brother. That's what's up, my little brother. I love you. You will definitely be back on. You made it that you'll be back on. I think if I didn't put you back on, people will be asking when is L coming back on? When is little L coming back on? So in 1 month you will be back. And we love you for that. And you'll keep doing your thing in school. Make sure you're handling your business. And we'll hear from you, man. And make sure you're ready though for that less miles. All right, fam?
Yep.
All right. I love you. I love you, L.
Bye. Bye everyone.
It's a 9-chord banger. Dr. Ross dropping knowledge to the masses. Man, you now tuned in to purpose and practice. Ayy, yeah, purpose and practice. Keep your mental sharp, learn all the tactics. Dr. Ross dropping knowledge to the masses. Man, you now tuned in to purpose and practice. Ayy, yeah, purpose and practice. Podcast game, ayy, he got it mastered. It's encore. It's a 9-chord banger. Dr.